Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy! Welcome back to more Pokemon Platinum. Last time, we made our way to Oreburgh City and discovered that the gym leader is hiding in some hole in the ground like a sissy man and is not accepting our challenge. Well, okay. I left out the detail of that hole in the ground that he's hiding in as a coal mine. That kind of makes it a lot more manly. But anyway, this time, we're gonna go into the mines after him and see if we can get ourselves a challenge. And what are you running around for so much? When I run around with my running shoes on, I'm the center of attention. At least what it feels like. There's always someone looking at me. Well, that's true. I couldn't take my eyes off you during the intro, and I know what that's like. I personally am a very fast walker. It feels very energizing. I'm not in any particular hurry. I just like how it feels. I want to start out by going into this building over here. You can easily miss it because it's kind of off in a remote corner of town, not near anything else. And I did miss it last time. I want to talk to this youngster because I think he has a good item for us. Wow, your Pokemon's eyes are twinkling brightly. Buddy, my lead Pokemon is a Zubat. He's very sensitive over his lack of eyeballs. Don't patronize him. He gives us a great ball. Well, if you're gonna give me something that good, sure, we can pretend like my Zubat has eyeballs and patronize him all we want. That is a very good item. I mean, it's no Dusk Ball like last time, but it's a 1.5 times rate of catching Pokemon over a standard Pokeball, and it'll be a while before we can buy those, so you definitely want that. That's all I wanted to take care of before heading down into the mine, so let's get going. Let's head south. And you got this pile of coal over here. You have these overhangs, not hangovers, wow. These overhangs. I could believe getting a hangover from the fumes down in the mine, though, even though that's kind of a grim topic. I generally like the look of this place. Just all the coal going along these machines, the way that it plays with the perspective. It's kind of something else you couldn't really do on the Game Boy Advance visually, and I like the effect of it. It looks really cool. Besides, I like machinery. I like seeing machines working, conveyor belts, that kind of thing. It's all just been fascinating to me since I was a kid. We go over here and get a yellow shard next to a pile of coal. This is a bit of a currency that we can't buy anything with yet, typical of RPGs. We can do something with this item, just not yet. Get a dire hit. That is an X item that increases your chances of getting critical hits. It's not as good as the others because that merely just increases the chances of something happening rather than just upping a stat, but still. I want to look around a little bit more. I feel like there would be an item over here. Okay, there is a remote area we can walk through over this way. There's no question this is hard work. Working alongside Pokemon. Gives me a boost somehow. Maybe because they're doing the heavy lifting. Here, take one of these. Oh! Super Potion! I didn't know he had that. That's 50 HP. I was kind of thinking you'd be like hidden in a rock or something. That was what my item senses were tingling about. Talk to you. Macho Chapo. Macho Chapo. Sorry, that's really funny to me. I think it's kind of cute how they're walking around carrying little pieces of coal, but I'll stop dawdling. Let's go into the cave. Oreburgh Mine, beware of busy Pokemon. Here we are. Second cave in a row without the ability to buy repels. That is just rude. So you know what we're doing? We are using our one and only repel. Let's hope this lasts me the entire dungeon, even though it probably won't. So we can walk underneath these right here. Go over here and find a Pokeball. Again, they're kind of playing with perspective a little bit. And what do you have to say, good buddy? Everyone that works in the coal mine keeps their own Pokemon with them. You may be challenged to battles. Ha ha ha. I know, it's so funny. I found what I thought were rocks, then they started moving. They were Pokemon that looked just like rocks. Okay, we've seen those already. We don't need to hear more about that, but apparently she thought it was the most interesting thing ever. She's new to the world, though. Can't be too hard on her. Met this Machop on Route 207. They've now become my most trusted partners, basically just giving you the hint that your life can become a little bit easier if you catch a Machop if you don't have a way of dealing with rock types. Speaking of rock types, though, these workers will indeed challenge you. He snuck his Pokemon to work. I did that one time when I was a teenager working in a movie theater. Let me just say it didn't go over so well. Not that I got in trouble for playing on duty or anything, but I was playing on my break, my boss asked what I was doing, and when he saw that I had over 100 hours clocked in a Pokemon game, he told me I have no life and I'm such a tool. I'm not even kidding, that's really what he said. Okay, well, we got a Geodude right here, level 9. The Pokemon in here are pretty high leveled, so you might want to do this as some last minute training before taking on the gym leader. A little more experience always helps, it always goes a long way. Doing Mud Sport, I don't care about that. I don't have any electric type moves in my party, and besides, what is it with all these ground types that use Mud Sport? They're unaffected by electricity. And I might argue that maybe they're loosening up an electric type for the rest of the team, but this is his whole team. He only has a Geodude. You wasted your turn, buddy. I'm using Absorb. Geodude having low special defense will probably take more damage to this as it would from Razor Leaf. So this should be pretty good. Yeah, I one-shotted it. I would recover half that HP if I had any damage on me, so that would be a very good time to use it. Get 69 experience once again. Zubat grows to level 11. No new move, unfortunately. Well, now, aren't you something? 360 experience. Is that like one for every degree that your Geodude's body is? I don't know. Get a potion right here. I don't need this, though. I got a super potion. I still can't believe that guy had an item that good. It wears off right at the very end. And one step after it wears off, I get jumped on by a Geodude. Okay, I know I shouldn't be so upset over one encounter, but still, just the fact that... Anyway, guess while we're doing this, there is one new encounter inside of the mines that you can get, and I want to go over it. That is Onix. This was a rare encounter in Diamond and Pearl, and it's been made a little bit more common in Platinum. I like to imagine that it got tired of being so rare, so it went over to Oreburgh Gate, beat up all the Geodudes there, and stole their encounter rates, which is why Geodude is now somehow the rare Pokemon in that area. But I digress. Onix, of all things, is a speedy tank, not something you see that often. High speed, high defense. In fact, the stats that you see on screen right now are of its base form to illustrate just how fast it really is. It'll be outspeeding just about everything! Okay, hang on. I gotta interrupt myself here for a minute. I just picked up an escape rope. I grabbed that item out of force of habit while I was going over Onix. You want to make sure to get that. It's a really helpful item. I'll go over what it does in just a moment because we will be using it. Back to Onix, though. In addition to having an unusually high speed stat for what it is, you'd think for being 27 feet long, it would do more damage in battle than it actually does. If you don't want to give it a huge attack stat out of fear of it having too high of a stat total, then at least give it some kind of ability that says Onix wins against everything by merely sitting on it, because that's what would really happen in a fight. Don't take sitting away from Onix. It's what it would do best. Other than that, Onix, when fully evolved, will become a Steel Ground type. Basically, you're gaining more resistances at the cost of having a more offensively viable same-type attack bonus with the Rock type. I mention this because if you want to raise an Onix but don't have access to multiplayer, you don't need to worry about that. As said, even if it is just short-term, Onix does have some legitimate uses even in its base form, which is why I chose to show those base form stats. And if you want its evolved form, there is going to be a way to get it later on without multiplayer, something very good to keep in mind. Anyway, that's your lot. With those taken care of, I think we can talk to this one red hard hat guy. Okay, stand back and watch this. Using the hidden move Rock Smash and boulder blocking your way? Hey, you must have beaten the gym leader and have the Oreburgh Gym badge if you did that. I could do this too if I had that badge. Of course, you'd have to be the gym leader first. That'd be me. Oh, so you were doing a thing, yeah. With his red hard hat that actually has a lamp on it, you can tell he's the boss. The other guys, they gotta earn those lamps by working in the dark for a good few years. Toughens you up, puts hair on your chest. Okay. So I want to use that escape rope that we got from that item ball right over there and just get out of here instantly. I know it's not really too big of a deal that I had a few encounters, though, but still, that was ridiculous that one step later. It really is so typical of a cave-in Pokemon to do that. Now that we've gotten him back to the gym, though, I think you know where we're going. The Pokemon Center, of course. I gotta heal up before this. Now it's on to the main event. Yeah, I know I had full health going in there. I just wanted to restore PP to my moves. That ain't such a bad thing, but here we are. Our first Pokemon gym. Oreburgh City Pokemon Gym, Leader Roark. Looks like Barry beat the gym leader before we even got to Oreburgh City, because of course he did. Howdy, how's it going, champ-to-be? That's what I said to a really impatient boy earlier, too. The gym leader is a user of rock-type Pokemon, goes that saying. So rock Pokemon hate water. They're also weak to grass-type moves. Gee, they sure have weaknesses. But don't think it'll be easy. You don't get to be a gym leader without covering for weaknesses. Going after a rock-type Pokemon with a fire-type Pokemon won't be easy either. He is rather passive-aggressive towards Chimchar trainers. I guess he just really does not like the cut of their jibs. Maybe he just gets tired of all their whining if they walk out of here losers after they've just picked Chimchar and have a hard time here. So, trainers, you can skip right past him if you take those steps off to the sides there. I don't want to skip over these. In gyms, if you don't fight a regular trainer, they will not battle you after you have defeated the gym leader. So this is experience that I would never be able to come back for if I don't do these fights right now. My strategy here is going to be pretty simple. Send out Zubat, then switch over to Bodhi so that we can get some experience on Zubat once the enemy goes down. And of course, we're going to do Absorb, as Geodude has lower special defense than physical defense. I want to do more though, but I want to recover my health back up. And I barely don't one-shot it, of course I don't. Thought for a second there that I did, and I felt really awesome about myself for using a special attack when my Turtwig's a physical attacker, but Here we go. I'll just use Tackle. I just need to blow on you to finish you off. Thanks for that. You'd think that Geodude has its Gen 5 sturdy ability if it hung on with that much health after that, but no, it does not. Trust me on this. Gets a level 14 off of that. And we have beaten our first trainer. 1 down, 1 to go, and then we can fight the Gym Leader. Only those who want to win can challenge a Pokemon gym. Really? I thought it was only those who went down into a coal mine, a dangerous place for a child, I might add, track down your gym leader who's not standing at his post when it's his job to be standing there. Those people got to challenge a Pokemon gym. That's how I thought it worked. From that battle, Zubat grew to level 12, got a lot of experience on Bodhi as well. Grr, this is humiliating. What, that I pointed out the fallacy in your argument and that's really what you have to do to challenge the gym leader? Yeah, I'd say that is pretty embarrassing. Well, here we are. No, I can't just run up here. I gotta walk dramatically up, because this is a big moment. Let's talk to you. Welcome, this is the Oreburgh Pokemon Gym. I'm Roark, the gym leader. I'm but one trainer who decided to walk proudly with Rock-type Pokemon. As a gym leader, I need to see your potential as a trainer, and I'll need to see the toughness of the Pokemon that battle with you. I gotta say, I like the pun, Roark. That was something that was just begging to happen since the series' beginnings. And yet again, we have a Rock-type first Pokemon gym leader. Here we go, Geodude! Level 12, Rock Ground type, with the moves Rock Throw and Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock is gonna be his main move. This cripples any Pokemon that is weak to Rock types, aka, like my Zubat. I probably shouldn't have actually opened with it now that I think of it. Yeah, that was kind of a bad move. I was gonna see if I could get into Supersonic right there, and it didn't work out for me. Well, now you're gonna see what happens with Stealth Rock. Whenever you switch Pokemon, you are going to take damage. If you are weak to Rock, you lose a quarter of your health as opposed to just merely 1/8 like Bodhi lost here. In addition, if you are quad weak to Rock, you lose half of your health from that. Now, even though that was kind of a bad start, I don't think I'm gonna have it so rough. I can just use Absorb on this Geodude. I am faster than it. Rock types are very slow, so I do have that going for me. Should be able to get all my health back off of a level 12. Or I can have 1 HP missing too, that's great. As much as I'd love to switch train to keep my Zubat getting experience in this fight, I don't think I want to, because up next we have Onix. This is level 12, Rock Ground type once again, with the moves Rock Throw, Screech, and Stealth Rock. This Onix has a little bit of a weird piece in Pokemon history for me. It reminds me of that time that Ash lost this gym battle to this Onix because it used Screech on Pikachu. I'm not kidding, that really happened. Pikachu fainted to Screech of all things. I mean, Screech is really nasty. Having your defense lowered twice in one turn is definitely no picnic, but still, it's kind of odd that Whoa! Critical! I mean, I know I had a ×6 damage between my same type attack bonus and the quad weakness, but I didn't think I'd be able to take it out in one hit. That was lucky. Not to mention Onix is fast. Got to level 15 off of that, and now his last Pokemon, Cranidos. Do not underestimate this. It is very, very tough. I'm gonna switch to Zubat here purely because it's just not really gonna get another chance to do anything in this fight, because this is very much Bodhi's battle. Cranidos is level 14, pure rock type, so no quad weaknesses. With the moves Leer, Headbutt, and Pursuit. Pursuit will damage you if you try switching out, whereas Headbutt, it might seem a little odd that it doesn't have a rock type attacking move, but Headbutt is still very powerful at this point in the game. It can flinch you, it does a lot of damage, and Cranidos has a huge attack stat, largest that we've seen up to this point. I think it's like 125 or something. This is probably the toughest Pokemon ever held by a first gym leader in any Pokemon! You're faster than my Zubat?! Well, my strategy was going to be that I would use Supersonic, confuse it, and with that huge attack stat, I would use it against it by making it damage itself. But that didn't work. That's, really bad. Okay, I'm trying to think here. I could use Withdraw. That would help. Could go for the Absorb and just try to get my health up, which I might do. Razor Leaf has a high chance of getting critical hits, but I think it has higher defense and special defense. I feel like I'm backed into a corner right here. If it was faster than Zubat, it's gonna be faster than my Turtwig. Gonna see what happens. Oh, Leer. Oh, that's bad. That is very bad. Bodhi, you got a critical once. I got a great strategy. Get a critical hit again. Oh! What? No! Don't do this to me! Don't do this to me! Don't do this to... He did it. Oh, wait. If this KOs, please, please. It doesn't, of course. I'm back to full health, though. Okay, well, I gotta survive a hit from a Leer because I didn't do Razor Leaf. Let's try it again. Oh, Crick Wall! Wow, okay, this battle is playing with my emotions. It really is. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't foresee it outspeeding my Zubat. I think I had a pretty sound strategy. It's just that my Zubat was not high enough level to make use of it. Though on that... Never mind, I was gonna say on that note, but I didn't get to level 16. Of course I didn't. This is embarrassing. I'll say it was for me too. I went and lost to a trainer who doesn't have a... Thanks, buddy. What? But that's tough. You were strong, and I was weak. That's all there is. According to Pokemon League rules, I have to give you our gym badge since you beat me, the leader. Here's your official Pokemon League Cull badge. Okay, well, it was kind of feeling like luck in the moment, but I'm not sure if I really could have gotten taken out in one hit by that thing. I don't know. So now we can use Rock Smash outside of battle, and we also get TM76. As you would guess, since it was a star move, that contains Stealth Rock. We already saw how that works. Yes, it inflicts damage when you switch. This is not really the best move in single player, but in multiplayer, oh boy. It's so good that I remember that a lot of people were debating if it should be banned at one point. There is only one Pokemon family in the entire game that does not take damage from that move. It damages so many things. Well, we've taken out the gym leader, and this would normally be a really good stopping point. But that's not all I want to do. Feels like such a relief to come and heal at the Pokemon Center after a tough battle like that. I will fully admit, I don't think I had any business winning that fight, but Roark can be a tough battle. That Cranidos is not something to mess around with, and sometimes I guess it's just kind of the way it happens, especially early game. Well, now that everyone's healed up, Pokemon Center is, well, for another reason, the next place I wanted to go. Once you've arrived in Oreburgh City and beaten Roark and all that, you can go down to the basement. Nurse Joy is no longer doing anything illegal down on the bottom floor, and we can go there. Once we've arrived down here, we talk to Tila, and she's telling us about Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, Days of Yonder, and the Palpad. For those wondering, the Palpad is just simply how you registered people on your friend list back when games had individual friend lists on Nintendo systems. I know, those were dark times. But we're not really here to do any of that. What we are here to do is what I've talked about before. I wanted there to be multiplayer aspects in this Let's Play. And since this is when people would be most likely experiencing multiplayer for the first time, I thought this was a good time and place for us to do this. I want to go up to the second floor, which is where local multiplayer is, and while we're up here, I just realized we just beat the gym leader. This would be a good time to show this. If we go into Emil right here, we can see our trainer card. I haven't shown this off before. It's just various stats about you. It has some multiplayer stats on the back as well. And if we look at the bottom screen, there is our there is our dull new Cull badge. We gotta polish it in order to make it a shiny new Cull badge. Yeah, I missed that very important detail. This mechanic never came back in later Pokemon games. It was kind of weird. The badge will get duller in color over time, and you do have to polish it just about every day of real time if you want to keep it looking nice. So I guess that's like you can kind of see what the other badges might look like. But as I was saying, multiplayer stuff. Yeah, I wanted to show off that trainer card as it is important to the feature that we're going to be showing off today, the Union Room. And with me, I have a guest to show this off. Yeah, it's not like my sheltered childhood where I just played with myself across two systems because I had no friends. No. Okay, guest, after this obvious jump cut, introduce yourself.
How's it going, everyone? Maryland here. And I'm here with Chugga Conroy. Can you believe it?
You and I go way back. I remember watching your channel back in like 07 or so it's kind of surreal having you here right now, even though we've done like streams and things like that together.
I know, it's crazy. Like all these years, and you know, we've known each other all this time, or at least most of the time,
yeah.
Or some of the time. And you know, we're here. We're together.
We decide to know each other only on weekends.
Only on weekends,
okay.
Or days that end with Y.
Yeah. So here we have the Union Room. I'm gonna go ahead and enter this. This is a place, like she said, you can interact with various other trainers. Gotta save before doing any sort of multiplayer stuff, of course. They don't want you doing that, and I gotta save a lot of data.
That's the worst in these games, right?
First time that you're seeing this, though, but anytime you do anything in the PC, you do have to save a lot of data, which... Yeah, it's a lot of data, to say the least. It's just like, this is taking forever. The thing is, in Diamond and Pearl, this took forever to save. In Platinum, it was even slower. And I don't get that, though, because, like, in previous third versions, they sped it up. In Yellow, it was sped up. In Emerald, it was really sped up, because Ruby and Sapphire saved really slow. Emerald, it was like 1 second
It was lightning fast. It was fantastic.
So, yeah, this is, I think, the first third version where they actually made it slower. But, oh well. So here, I can see Devin right here. If you recall last video, I mentioned the Psychic and Oreburgh Pokemon Center. This is where you would appear as whatever trainer class you've selected there. So I can talk to you.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Everyone Maryland here?
Right? Hey, I got something for you. You might wanna check out my trainer card. It's pretty cool.
Record? Spin? Greet? I'm not seeing an option for that here.
I think I'm trying to remember. It's been a while.
Greet?
I think it is Greet. Yeah.
Oh, here's my trainer
to
case.
see the trainer
Okay,
case.
so you're showing me that.
All right,
there.
let me see yours.
So we're looking at each other's. And yeah, I can kind of see his stats. It's got the sprite display that he chose. We can see that he also has 1 badge as of this point in the adventure. His playtime is a lot shorter than mine. And if we go to the back... Okay, that's something I haven't shown off yet. You can sign the back of your trainer card, and whatever you write will appear on the other person's screen. It was kind of like a way to limited message people before that was really a thing in Pokemon games. And
hey, I speak the truth. I speak the
classy.
truth. You fell for it. You fell for
Stay
it.
classy, stay classy. The little derpy Meryl with the cat mouth just makes it.
I had to.
Okay, so you can do that. You can kind of see the other person's win-loss records. That's all nice. You can do various other things. I think draw is just a simple thing. You want to draw with me?
Yeah.
Let's get drawing.
All right.
So I can
sweet.
make little things. I can... Oh yeah, it updates in real time. So you can kind of like contribute to like a picture like at the same time as each other. It does have a little bit of a delay, but it is kind of... I thought you were drawing something else there when I saw 2 circles.
No, not at all. Come on.
I knew you wouldn't be that lewd.
Not me.
But yeah. I don't know, rules. I'm not really like Team Aqua rules or whatever. Yeah, you can do all kinds of different colors. This is kind of fun. There wasn't really a way, I don't think, to save these before, though, so it was just kind of a fun little thing you could do when you were with friends. I guess now that we have the magic of DS capture and 3DS capture, you could actually save images from this. So yeah, that's just a little bit of fun. Once again. What? Who is this?
What?
There's like... I had like a bald guy like appear on my screen there for a second. Is there like somebody in my house playing like 4th generation at the same time?
Oh, that's so weird. You're kind of like a bald guy on my game, by the way. You look like a roughneck.
Maybe I communicated with myself somehow. So, there's some various other things here. Trade, it just means you trade Pokemon with them. You can do that. Records, you can just kind of look at various things with them. You can mix records and exchange data. We'll be showing that off a little bit later. We haven't really gotten into things that you can mix records with other players yet, though, so that will be saved for another time. Spin is a bit of an interesting mechanic. Once you have Pokemon eggs, you can put these onto an egg spinner, and it'll just shuffle the eggs between everybody, and you get a random one. So, kind of nice. Eggs look identical, so there's no real way of knowing what you get until it hatches, but of course we'll be getting into that later.
Kind of like Wonder Trade before, you know.
A lot of this stuff is precursors to things that would become a staple in later Pokemon games.
I never got to egg spin with anyone. You know, it's a sad story all these years.
Maybe another time we'll get to. I mean, after all, we're playing through 4th gen at the same time. I don't see any reason why we can't.
That is true.
But, as nice as all these things are, and as much as I did want to showcase the Union Room, because it is where you're going to be meeting with people for multiplayer a lot of the time, just kind of having Maryland here for just showing off a Union Room is kind of underwhelming and kind of boring.
I kind of do agree. Although those drawings were pretty nice.
Him and I happen to be at the same point in our adventure. So I think it would be a waste if we didn't fight. I mean, that's what you want to see here, of course. You got a gym leader battle this video, now you're gonna get a multiplayer battle.
Oh man, here we go. Someone challenging me to a battle again. Oh, it's this Chugga Conroy guy. Well, I guess I'll make an exception for you.
2 PMs of me writing to you, being like, hey, how can you not battle anyone?
Yep, well, you know what? I think this time I will finally say yes, Chugga Conroy.
Okay,
and it is time to fight.
So, these battles, it is his team that he used to beat Roark versus my team I used to beat Roark, and it is going to be 2-on-2 as I only have 2 Pokemon. I believe he has 3, so he's just kind of picking whatever he wants. Trying to make it fair here. In local multiplayer, unfortunately, there isn't a way to set levels like there was in Wi-Fi when it still existed. So we are going to have a little bit of variance to levels here, but we coordinated that a fair amount and kind of evened things out as best we could. So yeah, after each gym leader, I will be doing this with a different guest that'll be here to showcase the multiplayer mode. So here we go.
All right, good luck.
Good luck to you too. So I'm going to stop things here for just a moment. I know I'm stalling, get to the fight already, all that, but we're gonna be post-commentating this fight, mainly because if we were talking to each other live during a multiplayer battle and talking about our strategies in commentary to the viewers, it would just kind of be communicating our strategies to each other, and that would defeat the whole purpose of out-prediction and trying to think about what the opponent is going to do and all that good stuff. So it's kind of more interesting this way. We can communicate to each other our strategies just because we've already done it. Alright, so here we go. I decided to open up with Zubat. I don't feel like I have much of a chance opening with Turtwig, considering I at least had an idea of what you had.
Yeah, I led with Starwing because, you know what, I just wasn't sure about your Turtwig. It's like I wanted to just kind of soften it up a little bit, and you led with Zubat, so I'm like, okay. And then I got out of there for Fire Butt, because I don't like confusion. Yeah, you switched too. It's like, we were laughing so hard when that happened.
You can see that I've like stopped here for a moment, and I'm like, partially because laughing, partially because I'm like, crap, what do I do? I do a little bit of damage calculation. Turtwig is a physical attacker, of course, and I end up coming to the conclusion that a resisted Razor Leaf will do more damage than a non-stab tackle, especially if Razor Leaf can get a critical hit. Even without the crit, it would still do more. So that's why I'm going for Razor Leaf here. I'm hoping to get a crit, do a lot of damage on Chimchar, because it is kind of frail, but...
There's actually a little secret surprise to my Chimchar, although this Quick Claw was amazing. Like, that activated, and suddenly I was in trouble, but look at this.
Blaze.
Boom! He was so confused. He's like, what just happened? I'm like, Blaze, baby.
It's just also your Chimchar's nickname and the joke I made about it earlier.
I know. You called him a Fire Fart, and Fire Butt here is showing you.
Of course.
So I taunt this thing because I just don't want to take a chance that Ember won't knock it out, and then I'm going to be, like, confused. I was actually surprised that it was faster than me, but...
Yeah, that's Zubat for you. And there, I think you're going to stay in because you've taunted me.
Yep.
So I think you want to stay in for the taunt, but no, you switch and I don't get the Astonish because that does no damage. My only option here is just to use Leech Life on your Starly and hope it stays confused long enough.
I know, I was so nervous about that too. It's like, I'm gonna use Quick Attack now that I know you're faster than my Starly.
Yeah. And on top of that, there's the fact that Starly's attack stat is so huge that it'll hurt itself a lot in confusion if it gets it off.
Yeah, look at that. That's so much damage. It's like, oh no, I need to snap out of this confusion, like, please.
Yeah. And you still don't, even after all. You hit yourself again. Zubat is putting up one hell of a fight.
No kidding. It's insane, this Zubat.
This Zubat is living, like, I rag on Zubat a little bit, like, early on, though, but man. But
and interestingly, there was a speed tie there because I didn't go for Quick Attack, and that time I actually outsped that thing.
I know, I think that was a surprisingly interesting fight. Just, if anything went differently, the result could have been entirely different. Like, if I got just one crit with Razor Leaf, it could have been over.
Oh, yeah. Now, I need to tell you the secret sauce.
Yes.
To Fire Butt.
Yes.
You were really surprised when Razor Leaf, and I know you were doing the damage calcs, you're like, why is this not doing a lot? So when I saw the nature of my Fire Butt, my Chimchar, bold nature, I'm like, oh, great, its attack is lowered, its defense is higher. Oh, big deal.
That is a horrible nature for Chimchar under normal circumstances.
Under normal circumstances. But in this case, with your Turtwig, your Bodhi being a physical attacker, and my Chimchar's defense was 22 at that level. It can take hits. I was so surprised.
Early game, a 10% buff to a stat when the stats are really low, that can still be a big deal, even when the stats aren't big later game.
It was fantastic, and I was hoping it would catch you off guard, and it really did. I think that your Razor Leafs, you would have taken it out in 3 hits.
Yeah.
Had it been just kind of.
And you might not have gotten to do Blaze either, depending on what the damage would have come out to.
Right.
And even though I would not recommend giving your Chimchar a defensive nature under normal circumstances, this is a loose example of how not going with the norm strategy can work out for you. There are times where there's legitimate advantages to not do what everyone else is doing. Maybe you don't want like an adamant Gibble, you want like a Jolly Gibble or something like that. Like, this shows how a nature other than the norm can really work out for you and be very situational against who you're fighting in particular.
Absolutely, that's definitely a secret to success, and I guess it worked in this case where I wouldn't have thought otherwise.
It definitely did. That was cool.
It was great. Good battle. Good battle.
Good battle.
Oh man, that was close. That was a lot closer than I thought.
That was a fun battle. That was really fun.
That was great.
I don't care that I lost. That was still a close fight.
Yeah, well, any way you look at it, I had 2 Pokemon that were super effective against your starter.
Yeah, and there's also the fact that Zubat is kind of worthless before Wing Attack once again.
Yeah, but that Zubat, I tell you.
He put up a fight. He really did. I was not confident I was going to win that once I saw you had Chimchar, though, but I don't know. I think I did as well as I could.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it was that Blaze that really
Blaze, because it would have been a 3-hit KO. without the blaze. So that really decided a lot. That was cool.
Oh man, no kidding. And I was so worried that your Razor Leaf was gonna get a crit. It's
I thought that this first battle was just gonna be like us doing like tackle over and over again, and that'd be it. You'd be doing scratch, I'd be doing tackle, but no, that was interesting. I think
it was good. It was good. I'm glad it turned out that way. I know that your Turtwig was quite a bit higher level, and it's kind of defensive.
Yeah, it is.
A turtle, so I figured it'd take a little bit to take it down. So,
well, we'll tell you what though, that was a lot of fun. I'm very happy I was able to have you here, even though it was just a quick battle with 2 Pokemon each. That was, honestly, that's probably the most fun I have had battling somebody like this early in the game, because usually those fights are not exciting. I feel like that was fun. My heart was pounding during that. I don't know, I'm not sure like what the viewers will think of it though, but I think that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. I sure did.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. We should do it again sometime.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining me.
All right, thank you so much for having me, and I'll see you next time.
My thought was this would be the only chance I'd really get to use it. Oh, wow, that's pathetic.
I've got a surprise for you that I'll tell you after the fight.
Oh, come on, crit now, crit now.
Oh,
crit
no.
now. If there was ever a time to crit.
Okay, you can crit, but I need to stay on with 1 hit point, and that'd be epic.
There is ever a time to crit.
Oh. Or get a double quick claw?
Oh, God, I'm gonna need it. Oh, come on!
Wait,
It didn't crit.
Oh, wow.
What?
Oh, Blaze.
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 Yeah, if you get this, I think you win.
What if I don't? It's gonna hurt. Oh!
Yes!
Oh, snap.
If I can leech life enough health off of you.
That'd be good. Yeah, it might actually... I think it'll be 1 or 2.
No, it's gonna have to be like multiple hits of this to have any shot.
Good crit?
Also, you having confusion wear off is an instant loss. Because you're faster than me with
that's
quick
true.
attack. Oh my god!
Oh man!
If only you could crit confusion.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh man.
Oh, this is intense.
This is really intense. This is an epic fight.
Oh, I don't know if I'm in range now to quick attack you.
Oh baby, this is something else. This is really something else.
This is good. This is better than I thought it'd be.
Oh my god, still confused. I have a 50-50 shot.
Yeah!
No!
Wait, I was faster than you.
You were faster than me anyway.
So we had a speed tie.
Oh, we had a speed
tie.
Oh, well, that's it.
Oh man, that was close. That was a lot closer than I thought.
Well, guess I'm going home a loser this time. His trainer card didn't lie. Marilyn was here. Chug is a loser. Anyway, though, we found Roark in the coal mines. We had an intense gym battle. We came back here to the Pokemon Center, and we had a battle against Maryland himself and showed off some multiplayer stuff. I think that's a progress-filled day if I ever saw one. Next time on Pokemon Platinum. Now that we have the ability to use the HM move Rock Smash, we're gonna see what there is for us north of Jubilife City where we could not advance further than before. See you guys then.